the breaking news sound.
When it breaks, we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports Breaking News.
Well, the power of the people. At least here, it's damn near undefeated. We can't announce first and exclusively because that's what you're supposed to say in media. Cal Expo has changed course. Should they win the draw today, the Sacramento Republic will, in fact, host their next cup match at Cal Expo. And let me just say this, as I've spent all morning ripping Cal Expo and their management team. I'm a big believer in reversing courses and getting egos out of the way and doing the right thing. So I want to tip my cap and credit as a citizen Cal Expo and their management team for doing this. Now, maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was a this or a that, which no, I don't believe it was a misunderstanding because this is this is an ongoing level of behavior when it comes to the Sacramento Republic. They deserve to be treated better as tenants. They have been as fantastic as you can be. I don't deny that I'm sure there are logistical and staffing issues at times when you're hosting an event like that. I'm not unsympathetic to that. But as I've said all day, Cal Expo is a community asset. They are here to serve the people, and they're not, they have been shirking that responsibility at times. So that being said, in very quick fashion this morning, we've only been on talking about this for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. They have reversed course or altered course, if you will. And they've made the right decision on behalf of the people. They have decided to not let ego get involved. And, yeah. So, well done to them. Well done to them. Hat tip Cal Expo. Hat tip Cal Expo management. Hat tip to the Republic for handling this the right way and being such good members of the community. And let me just address one other thing on this. Yes, Jess, by the way, she of no passion. I do agree. She believes that Cal Expo might have changed their mind based on the attempted murder of Christopher Laud by a bull. I don't disagree. I want to say one more thing, and I'm going to be fully transparent about this, because I believe in that. As most of you know, many of you know that listen to the show, I work with Kevin Nagel in another world over in England as kind of a side gig for myself. I love it. It's fun. And I'm an unabashed fan of Kevin's. He's not only a close friend of mine, but one of the reasons why I am and have been is because this is a guy who was originally from Southern California, who came up here and made Sacramento his home. He was one of the literally first two people, along with Phil Oates, to step up locally when Kevin Johnson asked and open up his checkbook and put his money where his mouth was when it came to saving the Sacramento Kings. And we can talk all we want about RV trips and Here We Stays and Crown Downtowns, and we should. Like, Crown Downtown and the Here We Stay folks and all the fans were such an integral part. But we all know that without the money, it doesn't happen. Without David Stern, without Kevin Johnson, without the money, it doesn't happen. We can Here We Stay and RV trip all we want. Doesn't happen. So that's when I first knew Kevin as a friend of the community. And if you know anything about me, you know that I bleed and live and die local. I'm a big, dramatic, blowhard goofus, but I was born and raised in Carmichael. I went to Detterding. I went to Mission Avenue. I went to Miraloma. I went to Rio. I went to Winston Churchill. There's one thing I have is local credentials, and I would die for this city. So what Kevin has now done with the Sac Republic is nothing short of take them when he took them over from almost like literally days away from bankruptcy, which is a story we can get into someday. Like days away from bankruptcy, vendors not being paid, all of this stuff going on. They were in a lot of trouble. And he's turned them into a team that has contended for the championship every single year but one. That was the year they had a ton of injuries. Brought home a title and are the favorites to win it again this year. And I'm leading towards talking about the stadium because when we tweeted this out about Cal Expo, there were a large amount of people that responded, well, this wouldn't be a problem if you didn't have an outdoor stadium. And I've purposely not spoken about that much because it's truly not my place. I'd rather have Kevin do it. And also, I'm not comfortable talking about stuff that I do have proprietary knowledge of because I don't think that's ethical. So I'm gonna walk the line here a little bit. There's a guy on Twitter that said, Kevin's had 10 years to solve this issue. It's embarrassing to be in this position, meaning Cal Expo. Also, we're holding you accountable to, since you literally said 133 days ago. And 133 days ago, I said, and I'm quoting my own tweet, how's this? If he doesn't speak on it, meaning the stadium, within a month, blame me. I'm fine with that. Go ahead. Blame me if it makes you feel better. Christ. But let me give you what I can tell you about the outdoor stadium. This is all I can tell you. It really, really pisses me off when I hear that. I fully understand why Republic fans are frustrated that they don't have a dedicated stadium, a dedicated outdoor stadium to call their own. They deserve that. They're an amazing fan base. They deserve their own stadium. MLS or not, screw MLS. I'm just talking about the Republic. MLS or no, they deserve an outdoor stadium. So I get the frustration. But you're barking at the wrong guy. And I'll tell you why you're barking at the wrong guy. Is he at the top? Yup. Does the buck stop there? Yup. There's no arguing that. But it's frustrating to me, and I don't blame people necessarily because they don't have the access, if you will. But I've sat here and personally watched the dude obsess on this outdoor stadium. Well, we bought the English team, Dave. Is that holding it up? No. As a matter of fact, he's in serious, crazy conversations right now, deep conversations to try to take control of the stadium out in England as well. He's having dual stadium conversations, but his allegiance is here. Of course it is. He lives here. Nobody wants an outdoor stadium more than Kevin Nagel. Nobody has spent the time on an outdoor stadium that he has. Now, what I can't tell you is I can't tell you the hurdles. I can't tell you the things that are in the way. I can't tell you the challenges that have risen up that he has no control over, the bureaucracy, the red tape, the this, the that, the site control, all of that. I can't get into that because it's not my info to share. Let me just say this. If you trust me at all, and maybe you don't, I've never lied to you. I've been wrong, but I've never lied to you. If you knew the ins and outs of what's been going on in the attempts to get this outdoor stadium done, you would more likely want to go up and kiss the guy on the mouth rather than criticize him for not getting an outdoor stadium done. And you know who else has a really big thirst to build an outdoor stadium in Sacramento? Let me get the list out. Oh, never mind. There's literally nobody on the list. There's nobody else pushing this. There's nobody else with the money. There's nobody else with the connection of all of it to get it done. If he can't get it done, it will not get done anytime soon. So you have a guy who's come in here, who's put his money up for the Kings. You have a guy who's come in here and completely turned the Republic franchise around to make them profitable, solvent, and successful with a tremendous winning culture. And you have a guy here who is trying to build an outdoor stadium in Sacramento and has been, as the person said on Twitter, on it for years. It is really close. And that's the guy you want to yell at? That doesn't make sense to me, man. I understand the frustration. You're yelling at the wrong dude because you're yelling at your biggest champion. You're yelling at the guy who I tell all the time should be on a freaking beach somewhere with a drink and an umbrella sitting in his villa because he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And why is he up at 3 a.m. on the phone with England people and then on the phone right now? He's in Portland right now dealing with this stuff. on his way back.
Jason?
Just talk to him. Yes, he actually should pick Jason up. So am I a little emotional about it? Yeah. Am I a little personal about it? Yeah, I am. Why? Because anyone who's a champion for the city, anybody who has the city's back, whether it was KJ, whether it's Kevin, whether it's Phil Oates, Andy Miller, Mark Mastrov, you name it. Anyone who's willing to step up and invest in our city, which gets walked over so often, put their money where their mouth is and champion us, not just locally, but beyond. They're my heroes. These are the people I love because I don't have the money to do it. I just have my stupid voice. And when that's the person getting yelled at, okay, it's your right, but I don't agree with it. We'll take a break when we come back.